Greetings, my beloved Japanites, and welcome to another glorious episode of Paintingu. I hope you are aware. My sincerest apologies for the delay. Today, a beautiful, brand new Paintingu shall be born. Twakaru, plaint. We are becoming increasingly Chinese, and not a Japanese. This could mean all sorts of debauchery. Right. You must forgive me for my tardiness. I forgot that I had to start a new Paintingu, and there were other technical difficulties that I had to attend to. My repeated attempts to figure out the streaming parameters of Rumber have provided me with much frustration. But we're figuring it out. Yes, Chinkingu might very well become a thing. I might acquire for myself a rice paddy hat and attempt to maybe perhaps carve out some giant cardboard buck teeth or some shit like that. We shall see. As we have pointed out before on Paintingu, the possibilities are literally endless. I have expressed my want, indeed spiritual desire, my love for the Dutch, well, not Dutch, German, auf Deutsch. And I genuinely would like to do an episode of Willkommen auf Malerei, vermaken ein Malerei. I believe that would bring us all much joy, for many reasons. But today, we are sticking to the usual Paintingu parameters. A new Paintingu shall be born. God only knows what the magical hat shall provide us with this fine Wednesday. So, I believe everything is ready. My spina indeed knows its timer. 12 minutes. So, I was 3 minutes off, approximately. Didn't take me that long, but it took long enough. Right. Defender says 15-minute delay. No worries, R is well. Indeed, do not fret, my beloved Japanites. Paintingu is here to entertain you for approximately the next 2 or so hours. But who knows? Might be 3, might be 4. I don't fucking know. Let's see how my defender ass copes with it all. Reminds me of the time my sister turned around to me and she was like sitting cross-legged on her bed in front of me one time, and she randomly turned around and went, "Oh, foot's numb, foot's numb," and I was like, "Foot's numb? What is foot's numb?" She was like, "My foot, it's numb." So perhaps I should just, instead of referring it to like, "Oh, my ass is going numb," I should just say, "Ah, asnum. Asnum." It's 2 hours in, and I have now been stricken with asnum. Oh, okay. I must cleanse my chi, for it is 14 minutes past 3. I'm still kind of like setting everything up. Yellow feveru is forever. Unfortunately, it appears you have been stricken with yellow fever. It's like, could you imagine if you got yellow fever? It's like, that's the end. Like, you just like, that's it. You've yellow fever for the rest of your life now. Like, what even is yellow fever? Is it just like the Chinese form of jaundice? Like, what's going on there? Like, okay. You can see the bottom. You can see the top. I know it's a bit angled, but if I don't angle it, I'm just going to end up causing myself postural pestilence. Hold on a minute. One of these days, I might actually spend a weekend trying to reconfigure the room in such a way that I can stream more efficiently. But honestly, I think getting a webcam will eliminate a lot of these problems. But as like many things on PEINTEINGU, we shall see. What happens, happens. It is how we deal with it that makes a Japanite. Oh, glorious Geppo. Right. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Almost. I have my parrot. I have my royal rag. I am placing it upon my demi-divine knee. Garros is staring at me through his sunglasses and aluminium bucket. Tobias is slightly tilted today. Don't fall. Do not fire. Do not fire. Mini Barrow, are you well? Are you well? Hmm? Okay. I believe it is timer. Oh. Oh. Could you hear that? Did you hear that click? Oh, goddamn. Oh. Okay. Are we ready? Almost. Almost. We're almost there. As per usual, I must begin descension to proper PEINTEINGU posture. Ah, now the top Natu and all its glory is perfectly visible. We begin with a ding of the dong. Tobias nearly didn't survive that ding. I'll fix him later. Ah, the vibrations of the dong cleanse the chi and the spirit, and prepare us for a brand new PEINTEINGU to be born this fine Woden's Day. Right. Where's my tunes? Tunes. Prayrist. PEINTEINGU tunes. Pray our. We begin! You had a shite sleep last night? Yeah, I know how that feels. I went to bed at like 1 or 2 a.m. and I woke up at like 6:30. It's like, what, like 4 or 5 hours, if that. Not including REM sleep or whatever. I've been having some weird dreams lately. Like faces from my past in completely unrelated contexts and stuff. Like, I had this weird experience where I jumped off a bridge trying to like land on some kind of like what would you call it, like a barge or something, and like as I was floating through the air I slowly discovered that I was going to miss the target and like nearly landed on a piece of rebar sticking out of the water or something. Like, and then I had another like section of the same dream where I was witnessing how bad the plumbing was in my old house. And then like the floor in the toilet like fell beneath me. Like, I vaguely, here's one for you, right? There was a section in my dream where I was just taking a piss, right? You know, just standing there taking a piss, you know, man style, standing erect with my, you know, junk in my hand, aiming, and the next thing I knew, the toilet was on the ceiling, and I had to try and like, you know, adjust the vectors of my urine to attempt to hit the target. Man, dreams are hilarious. Oh god. God only knows what my subconscious is up to, even as we speak. But never mind. Now is not the time for frivolous discussion of dreaming. Now is the time for one and only thing. Paintingu! Paintingu. Paintingu. It's Paintingu. Painting you. Painting me. It's Paintingu. Let's fucking go. Painting you. Painting me. It's Paintingu. Let's fucking go. Painting you. Painting me. It's Paintingu. Let's fucking go. Yup. Today, a new Paintingu is born. So, you know that means the magical hat needs to make an appearance. And she's right here. Why is the magical cowboy hat a female? Because she often fucks me. She fucks me right in the ass with her random shit. Sometimes I don't know how I do it. Well, it's probably because I'm a demigod. My potential is endless. But to be able to construct a even semi-coherent image from the random shit produced by this cacophony of chaos I hold in my hand is quite impressive. So pay for Paintingu! Right. Snatch. Number 1. Gathering chi. Strike! Ah. Creen. A creen hit. Well, not entirely. One of them did, like, skip out of the pitch. Okay. Our first addition to the new Paintingu. Why did I put adjectives in this bitch? Whenever we're painting, it's going to be quick. First one is quick. So whatever it is, it's quick. So we'll probably put some go fast lines on whatever it is we paint today. Not just Shrant-I-Rov. I probably should do like a thoroughly Irish one, like, you know. I'll do one where I just like stick a leprechaun hat on. And it's not like I need to get a fake beard, you know. You can probably notice that I had a shower this morning, like earlier on, like I'm very fruffy right now. Okay. So something quick, something fugly, and maybe some puppies. My sister's dog recently had a litter. That is what it's called, isn't it? Dogs do have litters, don't they? Or do they just have a, you know, it's an embarrassment of pandas, a murder of crows. Where's your murder, Tobias? Hmm? Do you have a murder? Is it Roker? Do you have a Roker bloodline of murder? Oh, snatch number 2. Gathering chi. Snatch! Oh, a miss. Damn. No, she shall not fuck me this day. I refuse to bereave it. A quick shuffle. And then adjust. Gather chi. Inhale. Snatch. A quick room. Please give me an animal or an item, something like. So far we have quick and room. So I'm just gonna draw a cube going fast. Like. Oh god. Today's Paintingu will probably be a historic one. For all sorts of reasons. Beard fruff, much honor. It is indeed fruffery this fine day. So is the top knot. I haven't a shower in like 4 days or some shit. I've just been stressed out of my mind trying to fucking do loads of stuff. But some of the Paintingu T-shirts have been a butter, so this is good. I sent over the current Irish orders to the illustrious and very reliable Printer Bear. Printer Bear's awesome, seriously. Chap's a legend. Seems to be hard-working, procreating, and all around dealing with his shit, which is more than what I can say for myself for the past week. I have been stressed. I have been staying up far too late, not getting enough sleep. I haven't been working out. I haven't been eating. I haven't been drinking. I have just been focused so much on tactical turtles, painting pussies, and all sorts of in-between things. But today, I feel good. I feel credsed and ready to face our challenges. Even this fucking hat. A third and finer strike. Gathering chi. Snatch! Water buffalo. So we have a quick water buffalo in a room. This one's gonna be interesting. Right, now we must choose our location. Core Bear is not allowed pick. I'm only messing. If you're there, Core Bear, you're allowed pick. This time. We shall see. I have removed Riberia from this erection, so we will never again end up in Riberia. Although, both times we've ended up in Riberia, it's actually been quite entertaining. Our first trip to Riberia saw us witnessing a kaiju confrontation between a giant, vicious-looking bunny rabbit and a giant sunflower, engaged, indeed rocked, in eternal battle, while a Roko military just gazed upon the glory that was that fight and attempted to engage them, to no success. As we see in most films, kaijus tend to be quite resistant to all sorts of military intervention, whether it be nukes, missiles, small arms fire, or some kind of radiation laser blast. Kaijus just take it to the chin like a bunch of fucking chads. Ugh. Right. So, the map. The map's a bit far away, and I'm feeling lazy today for all sorts of reasons. Right. Give me a number between 0 and 224. And with any luck, it's one of the big ones, so I can see it from here. Paintingu. Paintingu. It's Paintingu. Let's fucking go. Can I reach? Fuck it. I shall grab the map. Ugh. Okay. Put it in the chat. Give me a number. And we'll see where the fuck we're going. Ugh. Okay. First one I see is 224. Oh, you cheeky bastard, Surrey Dirty Bear. The last one on the wrist. Zimbabwe's in Africa, isn't it? It is, isn't it? God damn you, Surrey Dirty Bear. 224. I'm pretty sure Zimbabwe's in Africa, isn't it? Yeah, it's right. The south. We're off to the south of Africa. Well, at least it's a bit more white than usual. Right. Dodie? That's hilarious. That's kind of a colloquial Irish term for a baby's soother. Or a fucking what's the other word for a dodie or a soother? What's the technical term for the things that the plastic thing that babies suck on? It's slipping my mind right now. What's it fucking called? A pacifier. Which is a hilariously utilitarian word. It's a very German term for something to do with your child. Is it? Pacify the infant with some plastic. Like, right. South Africa. Zimbabwe. And if you're ever in Zimbabwe and you step in some caca, scream loudly, Dodie! Which is D-H-O-D-H-I. So it's like, Dodie! Dodie! It means shit. So, Africa again! And it had nothing to do with Corvair. Can't blame the female this time. This time we're blaming a Canadian. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to, like... For the sake of my sanity and my comfort, I'm gonna have to rearrange the painting goo. Begin crapping. Do it. Do it now. Drop your pants and crap for painting goo. Oh. Truly, here on Painting Goo, we are blessed. The glorious right of heaven is blinding this fine day. Yes, yes, everybody crap for Painting Goo. Crap for Painting Goo. Do it now, or you have no honor. Okie dokie. Right. I must fix myself. Oh. It has a camarous. Hang on a sec. A moment. While I fix the painting group. Must rock it in place. There we go. Right, we begin to dance with the demons as we travel, as we set sail for South Africa. We have reft Liberia for the second time. We are now off to the south of this fucking huge continent that contains an insane amount of countries. And we begin to paint. Paint! So, I suppose it is, it works though. I mean, there are water buffalo in Africa. Paint. So, let's do this. A quick water buffalo in a room in Africa. I'm thinking quick as in intellect. So, we will paint a water buffalo in a lab coat with spectacles. In a shed somewhere in Africa, somewhere in the south of Africa. I have decided that's what's happening. So, without any further ado, a quick sip. Ah, yes, glorious I go. Right. If you haven't done so already, our resident Siberian tiger wishes to remind you to like and subscribe to Painting Goo, or why I will remove his aluminium bucket and sunglasses and fling him at you. You will regret this. Painting Goo Goo Goo. 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 Painting goo of a brain tumor from Canada wearing a unicorn shirt and rainbow flag. Okay, I'll have to write that one down. A brain tumor from a Canadian brain tumor wearing a unicorn shirt and like waving a rainbow flag. And the tumor's getting its ass kicked. Who is Brian Tumor? Oh god. Brackist Africa. So brack they print $1 beers. So yeah, when a loaf of bread costs $10 billion. Right. Scouseborough! Welcome out! Oh, Paintingu. How are you, brother? For all of you who wish to support the stream, there are many links in the description. I have recently added a new link. If you wish, you do not have to click on the Streamlabs link and pay me through there, so Streamlabs get a portion of whatever. You can pay me directly through PayPal. So I have entered in my email address. You can see it in the description. Buy yourself a t-shirt, buy yourself other merchandise, buy yourself a painting, buy something. Pay for Paintingu! Ugh. Right. Where are my bitches? It's time to get them wet. So, as per usual, we start off with a big bitch. And yes, the fat bitch is still behind the tail. I have long forgotten her. Okay. Africa, room, water buffalo, a smarty pantsman. A quick water buffalo in a room in Africa. This is going to be fucking interesting. So, first protocol, we get this big bitch wet. We dip her into the bucketu. Head first. Swill her about the place. And then beat her. Violently. Not really, more like gently. Use your royal rag to dispose of all evidence of the matter. Okay. We need some brew. We get us some brew. Some of this beautiful, intense Prussian brew. Oh yeah! Glorious Gepu. All I can say is thank God smell-o-vision isn't a thing yet. I had vintage cheddar cheese on crackers and a cup of coffee about 45 minutes ago. So consider yourselves all lucky that smell-o-vision isn't a thing right now. Okay, we take it a brew, we take it a white, we mix them right. This brew is so intense. I'm going to need more white. The word is in need of more white. The good kind. Not the cowardly kind. Not the PC kind. Proper white. Like some form of Anglo. Preferably Viking-esque. Okay, now we have our color. And now we apply a squirt to get the goo flowing. Hiya! I was extremely frustrated with the laptop yesterday and this morning Because in my attempts to download my streams, because bless him, Sleep Deprived Bear has been excellent in uploading the PEINTEINGU streams to Telegram so that I can download them from there and stick them on Rumble. But lately he's been busy, which is fine, you know. I don't pay the man. Who wants to pay an Asian to do anything? But the only thing I could think of was like, well, actually, I just asked Google. I was like, how can I download my streams from YouTube without premium? And it just took me to YouTube Converter, which I haven't used in a fucking coon's age. Fucking old YouTube Converter, what? Like, that's hilarious. That's how I used to fucking put music on my iPod back when I had an iPod. But now I have like fucking some sort of benign, like, annoying malware on my fucking laptop. Now I ran the antivirus software and it said like there's nothing there. But I'm just getting like random pop-ups with like skulls and crossbones saying like your computer has a virus and all this fucking shit, and I'm just like, no, it doesn't. Like, I've literally checked. So I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake, like, it's so typical, you know. The ins and outs of these nerdy technical things of trying to just like do something as simple as download my own content. And YouTube's like, no, if you wanna download the thing you made using our fucking servers, then you have to fucking pay for it, bitch. It's like, fair enough, you wanna be like that? Fine. I'm in need of more white. Way more white. Way more white. There we go. Want that nice pale blue, that's sky blue. Yeah. A bowl in a china shop, it seems. At least it will be a quick... okay, if 111 is Liberia and 224 is Zimbabwe, perhaps Sweden and Switzerland would be appear in the 190s or low 200s. Me too, PEINTEINGU, me too. Oh man, yeah, I've just been fucking stressed out of my fucking goddamn mind the past week or so. I've just been fucking stressed to the hilt for all sorts of reasons, like, you know. And I'm keeping a fairly good handle on it, like, you know, I haven't lost my shit or anything lately. Not completely, anyway. But it's just one of those things where it's like, it's an odd, what would you call it? Like a paradox, where like, in the attempt to be disciplined in one's emotions and not overreact and not like get, especially as a male, you know, you don't want to get emotional. But it's not even like I'm getting emotional, like I'm angry, you know, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, and even that now kind of brings me shame, where I'm like, you know, do not give in to anger, do not give in to stress and frustration. And it's difficult. Paint. It's very difficult. Especially when like fucking like modern day technology is presented as being convenient and easy to use and all this fucking shite that is clearly like just an utter lie. Like the simple thing of Rumble being like, do you want to go live now or schedule it for later? And I'm like, I want to go live now. And it's like, okay, if you want to go live now, you're gonna have to wait 24 hours, and you're gonna need to use streaming software. And it's like, okay, but you don't actually need to use something like OBS or Streamlabs. But fucking Rumble doesn't support Streamlabs. you can actually use Rumble Studio, which is a different fucking button. So I tried that out today. Corbear knows. She witnessed it. My brief test on Rumble Studio. And oh dear God, even that was a stress because it wouldn't detect my camera for some reason. Like I could see the little green light on the laptop. I was like, okay, my camera's on. So what the fuck's happening? Like, but then I like reset it and tried again, and then it worked. But there's no like there's no heads up display or readouts on the Rumble Studio screen for like your mic levels and stuff like that, like, or the audio and all this shit. And I don't know how it'll work if I try to play music while I'm streaming on Rumble. So there's all sorts of you know, ins and outs and like particular fucking parameters and stuff like that to streaming on different platforms. Honestly, I think it'd be just what I should probably do. Now I've downloaded OBS just in case. That I need to end up using that for something. But I'm just going to stick with Streamlabs and YouTube for the moment. And slowly over the next few weeks I'm going to try and familiarize myself and set up stuff like TikTok and Rumble and maybe Twitch. I might stream to Twitch, which would make a lot of sense because I am of the gaming ilk, you know. So there'll probably be a lot of people on Twitch that would find this shit funny. I do tend to make some gaming references that only like 4 people fucking understand. We'll end it here. The whole background there. Yeah, I'm gonna get some grey going. Quick squirt on the parrot. Painting. Goo goo. I'm gonna use the grey as a base layer. Set up our bearding our shed or some shit. I might make it a fucking, try and make it look like a, you know, like a thrown together lab in the outback of South Africa or some shit. We'll see. Okay, so the water buffalo is gonna be the main attraction. So I'll try and make him fairly large. So what I'll do is painting. Goo goo. We'll do him in here somewhere. Paint! Perspective on this one's probably going to be absolute ass. Paint! But I cannot. Paint! Like I'm behind even on paint! I'm behind on the paint. I need to upload like the last like fucking 3, I think, Paintingu to Instagram and TikTok. Glorious Geppo. So we'll do it like he's in a room here. Paint. Do it like a set of stairs leading up to the laboratory or something. A lot of squirting on this parrot right now. I have soaked the parrot. Yeah, we'll put him in here, mixing some chemicals or some shit. Like, finish off this wall here. Painting, goo goo goo. We'll like put. It's like a chimney, pipes. Do like a background. put a door there or something. Going into the lab, we'll have a little staircase here. Maybe a dying frog somewhere or some shit. Frog being boiled, maybe. Looking like he's chilling out in a jacuzzi. That would be a hilarious t-shirt if you had like a bullfrog sitting in a fucking vat of like warm water, like looking like he's having a sauna or some or a jacuzzi, and he's just like, this isn't so bad. Okay, what we'll do is I'm gonna put him in here in his little laboratory because he's a quick water buffalo. He's a quick fucker. Quick-witted. Quick smarts. Smart quick. And we shall make people aware of the fact that it's South Africa by just putting some jungle scenery in the background, I suppose. Perhaps a mountain. Time to make some green! In more ways than one. Pay for painting! Paint, paint! Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Switch, bitch. Paint, paint. Quick buffalo. Quick buff. Paint, paint. Tickety yarrow. Paint, paint. Where we put the sun? We'll put the sun up here, as we usually do. And then we get some of this blue. Make it a greener. Painting. Google. Paint, paint. Yeah, we'll do some like some trees here. Here maybe. Some flora in the background to this laboratory. Laboratory. And then maybe a mountain in the background. So we gotta make that browner. Snapperoo getting excited in his little Canadian shorts. Right. Tickety yarrow. We'll put it here. Painting. Google. The yarrow there. Take the red. Make it a orange. Because the grey is already there, I pretty much already have some browner. So let's go to towner. Painting, goo goo goo, goo goo. We'll put some mountains up in the background. Yeah. Yo. Right, to make that a bit darker, get ourselves some darker browner. Bit more red in the. Get some brown in here. The surrounding flora. Okay. Now that I have some basic place markers of what's going to happen in this scene. Wheelie! Welcome, Wheelie. Otter bear. Interesting. Wheelie speaks in symbols. Woo Rideroo! Welcome to Paintingu. How's the elf? Still a cunt? Right, I must repreke. The whiter. Thank God I got this. I have an insane amount of white. It's like, it's got weight in it, like, you know? It's beautiful. Okay. Yeah, we'll stick with this for the moment. This bitch sure do. Welcome, Wheelie and Woo. Okay, so we have the building. Basic outline of the building. This is like a chimney for all those, for all the toxic chemicals. If you've never seen the movie The Host, fucking watch it. It's brilliant. I think it's Korean. I think I've mentioned it before on the stream. It's one of the best movies I've ever watched. Like narratively, graphically, everything. Like it's fucking excellent. Like excellent. There's a scene right at the start of it where they're like, there's a white guy, you know, this old white guy. I think it's Herschel from the guy who plays Herschel from fucking The Walking Dead. Is they're like in some kind of like mortician's lab or some shit, like an autopsy room, and he tells his subordinate to just like throw a lot of formaldehyde and like a combination of random chemicals down a drain, and like that's to give you the indication of like where that's how this monster came about. But it's so funny when he turns around and he's like, just like throw it down the drain. It's smarter, like, you know. And the Korean lad working for him turns around and goes, but sure, these are toxic chemicals. It never gets old when I watch it. I'm just like, that is fucking hilarious. Okay, so we got a little chimney thing here, and that can like, I can come through here and connect to all of the chemicals and stuff down here. Go for a slightly lighter grey. They really get the paint on this bitch. And set up the room. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Buffalo. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. I'm thinking some... Well, obviously there's going to be greens and blues and reds and yellows and all that, like, you know, vibrant colors for, like, chemicals and stuff. But I'm thinking... You know, that kind of grey blue is quite common in a laboratory setting. Tiled floors and stuff. Painting goo 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 goo. Okay, so yeah, we'll have like grey blue here, some grey blue there. Grey blue in the background. Over here. These brushes are quite shite, these synthetic ones. They don't hold a lot of paint. Kind of just fall. The paint kind of just falls off these bristles. I have to switch bitches. Put the door there. And we got our laboratory floor here. Go. I'm gonna need to stick like a tile effect in somewhere to really give it that laboratory look. Those kind of grey walls with the tiles and stuff. Kind of make the door look, you know, like it's got a big security lock on it or something like. Do not enter unless wearing hazmats or some shit. Painting. Cuckoo. Heard of being in flow. Well, you've never seen flow until you watch fucking Painting Goo. I literally am planning fuck all. Not only have you never seen paint dry like this before, but you've never seen improv quite like this. Go back to that kind of slightly darker grey. Painting. Cuckoo. Get that wall. Background wall. Once I have all this layered in, it's going to be painting onto paint. Be much more vibrant paint. Okay, we make it a red door, like a bright red door. Paint. Paint. So the door would be at a slight angle. Painting goo. Paint. Paint door. Red door. Paint. Have a big laboratory door here. Hey, woo! Yeah. Enough of that bitch. She's fucking useless. Those brushes are fucking cack. You know, I'm actually going to get rid of these now, so I'm not even like tempted to use them. These things are fucking shite. Paint just like falls off them. They don't hold the paint at all. That's what happens when you buy cheap shit. Okay. So we got the big industrial pipe thing. This is going to connect to all of these like little tables down here. So again, we're going to go a bit brighter with the grey. Get those steel tables in. Just found Liberian flag. It is exactly a USA flag with only 1 star. Paint. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, like the fucking Indian and the Indian flag and the Irish flag are like the same flag, except for like like a symbol in the middle or something, like, or the colors might be in a different order. I'm not sure. I just thought that was funny. Like fucking Indian and Irish, like very similar in a lot of ways when you think about it. Like paint. Painting. Goo goo. Painting. Goo goo. Have all this stuff like coming down to various different items. You would have like multiple stuff like this. All these like chemicals being evacuated out of the building because they are toxic chemicals. The amount of squirting I've done on this parrot. Glorious. Painting. Goo goo. We got the floors here. That's our floor. So the buffalo's going to be standing around here. We'll do like stairs, like I said before. Do like 1 step here. Painting goo 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 goo. Yeah. Yeah. Hiya. Put the electrical grid on the wall here. Various plugs and such. Fuse box or some shit like. For a laboratory it needs power. like a fucking light over the door there. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Try and get that blue-gray going again. More squirting on the parrot. Let me get the darker gray. Put like a rail in. Right, let's go back to the background. Now that we've established the vague interior of this laboratory. Time to make more browner. Needs a bit more yellow. Paint, paint! Paint, paint! Paint lab! Paint, paint! Paint, paint! Africa! Paint, paint! Paint, paint. We're almost having a browner. Paint, paint. Painting. Another squirt for good rock. I got the tree line in here. Get some branches in there. Yeah. Phew. Yeah. Hiya. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Sip, sip. Oh, glorious. Right, we're gonna get a bit of white here. Slap it up here. Because that sun is going to need to be a bit more brighter. Paint, paint. Definitely go with a bit of a darker grey. Good gunmetal grey. Just a little squirt. Tiny squirt. Hit, hit. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Oh, get poo. Paint, paint. Painting goo goo. Paint, paint. Yeah, before I do that, what I'll do is I'm actually gonna almost make some of the background like nearly like fucking practically white again. Just like an off-white, kind of a bone white maybe. And then I'll go back in and darken things up as I go. So painting goo 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 goo. Paint, paint. It's already, like, you can vaguely see what I'm trying to do, like, you know? Just setting it all up. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Trust the process. Paint, paint. Believe in the paint, Yugi. Paint, paint. Painting. Goo goo. Water. Buffalo. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Ah, the heavenly rite. It's glorious this fine day. Painting. Google. So much squirting on the pirate today. We have a lot of ground to cover. Much squirting involved. Painting. Kya. Kya. Okay, maybe we could go back in with the dark gray now. So many grays, so little time. I mean, we could, like, really quickly just apply bright green here. This is like the exit sign. Go here. The yarrow is very gooey. Almost solid. Giant mountains in the background. Can't have a South African scene without mountains. Or can you? How many mountains are in South Africa? I don't know. Never been there. Based on what's been happening to the whites of late, I'm not fucking going either. They do that to normal white people. What the fuck are they gonna do to a ginger? Get some dark greens on this bitch. Proper dark. Thick bush dark. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Sure. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Big bush. Paint, paint. I'm gonna fill in all these gaps here. More of this greener. It's really one of the reasons why I love gouache so much, is like you just water it down, water it down, water it down. It still makes an impression. It can still appear quite opaque even when it's like 90% water. It's so highly pigmented. Those blue gaps. Bring the trees forward. Make damn sure that you know that this stuff is all in the foreground, not the background. But I am definitely going to have to make more greener. Where's my yellow? Paint, paint. Painting, go, 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 go. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Really want me to paint that gay humor? Oh, that's hilarious for all sorts of reasons. Just trying to fill in all of these blue gaps. Like I said, to make damn sure that you know that all of this flora is in the foreground. Forward flora. Then what I'll do is I'll actually go back in again and like make the pull the branches and the trunks and all the twigs and stuff forward again and bring some of them in over the. I might do I'll do like I'll pick a particular color for the roof of this building and then like put it across here. Our time with the demons has come to an end. It is now time for Raving.
To get 2024 started,
to get the fuck off my stream is what your far-eyed ass needs to do, motherfucker. Painting goo doodaloo. Oh, that looks delicious. Beautiful tomato sauce. Glorious. It's not Toma. Desmondu has just become our local, like our resident multilingual madman. Painting goo goo. Okay, we're gonna make it a brownie again. Get some yellow in there, make it a orange. And like the size of the palette I'm working with right now, like if you guys could see how, I don't know if I'd be able to tilt it up because there's so much water on it, like I'd probably wreck the place. Oh, that was glorious. Did you hear the bass in that one? It's kind of like a... not really burnt sienna, but like close enough. Darken it up a little bit. Beautiful. Painting goo 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 goo. I seriously love painting trees and stuff. It's piss easy. Like dense shrubs is like so easy to do. There's just like layers and like imagine like how we would do it like if you were God. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just like throw it there. Now throw some leaves on it. Now like throw more branches in. Now more leaves. Now some grass. Like, and then once you get it dense and packed enough, then you start, you know, putting in the details of like the light and dark shades and stuff. It's piss easy. Very cathartic. Look at this! You can clearly see that this is a laboratory being built in South Africa. Pay for painting goo, foreign dog. I'm actually gonna go a bit brighter with this. And then I'll go back in. Spasiba Torvarski Defenderu. Spasiba Tovarish Defenderu. It's not a Toma. It's like, see how many language Desmond Duke can speak. I love it. Painting goo-goo. Painting goo-goo. Painting goo-goo. Painting goo-goo. Yeah, that'll stand out a bit more, and then I can darken it up later. Yet another squirt on the parrot. Get that goo throwing. That heavily pigmented goo throwing. Just like highlight the things that I've already put in place, like, you know, and then add on to it. It may look like an utter mess in some places now, but eventually it'll all come together and make sense. It's a bit like Rife, you know? Right now, you might be struggling, might be finding Rife a bit difficult. You just hang in there. Hang in there, kitty. You can be a kitty, but you can't be a pussy. Start doing the leaves again. I mean, you can already pretty much tell what's going on. I've basically created like an open top laboratory, like I'm building it with Lego or something. Who needs a roof when you're in South Africa? Well, I would. A ginger would need some sort of roof in South Africa. Be fucking boiled alive by the sun in a matter of hours. It's a useless and it's a useful and useless skill all at once. I'd love to, like, I'd seriously love to be able to speak like one of each of the major ones. I'd love to be able to speak like a dialect of Russian paint. A dialect of Russian paint. A dialect of Russian, and then like Mandarin or something, and Japanese, like whatever about Taiwanese and Korean and Malaysian. It's like in like Arabic or like some kind of yeah, like Arabic, Russian, Chinese. So like a few Asian languages, a few European languages. Because like a lot of them are similar. Like when you go to Europe and you start like picking out European languages, like a lot of them are really similar. That's one thing I noticed is like if you can speak Irish, it's easier to learn like really foreign languages like Russian and Chinese and stuff like that, because like the verbiage is similar, where they put like certain things at the start instead of the beginning like English does. And then if you know how to speak like German, it's quite easy to learn how to speak like French and Spanish and stuff like that. Like Greek's a weird one though. I think like or Latin, you know. There's so many of them. Like imagine being able to speak like 20 languages or something. Like I've seen videos online where like how speaking multiple languages made me lose my mind, and like I'd well believe it, like, you know, because like if you just like have all these different alphabets and language structures in your head, and then you're reading something, like part of your mind would like turn it into other languages. Oh, Geppu. Glorious Geppu. Painting. Right, I'm gonna need a rich dark green. So we're gonna put some blue in here. And we're gonna end up with like, what's this? This is like a viridian or a teal. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful shade of green. Look how fucking like my palette is just like a glorious messu. Painting. Painting. Slap it to paint. You just slap it to paint. I know one thing for anyone like trying to increase their confidence in their painting ability, do what I do. Give no fucks. Let the paint do the work for you. Basic color theory and off you go. Have fun with it. Make a fucking utter mess. And then slowly but surely turn that mess into a glorious painting goo.
We sit in the sun, in haze, we sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our minds. We sit in the sun, in haze, we sleep, and we dream. Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our minds.
Should have made those mountains a little bit bigger. They've been subsumed by the fucking... They've been swallowed by my flora. I'll give the flora a break there for a moment.
Is it a new world, or will it consume us all?
Painting. Ah, how dare you!
The place to
I was
be.
going in through with the goo!
Drive real results for your business.
Try fucking up! Dutch and German are pretty close, except Dutch sounds like German with downs. Man, fuck it. You ever heard Flemish? Flemish is one of them languages you're just like, you alright? Paint. Afrikaans is a fascinating language. It's a combination of Dutch and like pidgin English. Like, whoa, that's an intense blue-green. Holy fuck. I was trying to make something close to primary green there, just like a medium green, and do the exit sign here over the door. And I'm after creating like this like intense blue-green. Like, where will he? That's actually perfect laboratory color for like glass and stuff. We'll put it up here. It's a beautiful color.
We sit in the sun, in haze. We sleep, and we dream.
I've said this before as well.
Slowly,
For anyone who didn't catch me saying it before, when you're painting, like
we sit
painting onto paint,
in haze.
like you can get these crisp lines, these
And we dream.
surgically clean lines,
Each
because the paper or the canvas, whatever you're painting on, is no longer really the medium catching the paint. You're now painting just onto this, like, especially when you're using gouache, you're now painting onto a matte, chalky surface, which is just like, oh, it's so satisfying sometimes. Like, well, most of the time, you'll if you take your well, not even if you take your time, you can, like, what I tend to do is I'll do stuff like this, or like just like slice, like flick and slice, and like you can cut into things and get incredibly crisp, really like defined lines. It's amazing what some people can do in terms of, like, even with oil paint or something, where like you can make something make it like something as simple as a cube, but like it looks so sharp, you know. Like some of my symmetricals, like I've said that before, people look at some of my symmetricals and they're like, oh my god, it's so like clean. Like, did you do that digitally? And I'm like, no, bitch, I did it with my hands. And like, I am far from a master or even an expert. I'm a journeyman artist, is how I would describe myself right now. Still learning a lot as I go. But like many vocations or crafts, you don't really ever like stop learning. It's just how often you learn something becomes less and less frequent. In the beginning, you're learning a lot, taking a lot in, and then you get to a point where, like, you know what you're doing, but still, every so often you'll be like, oh, that's interesting. Painting. I've essentially created aqua green, and I rub it. I rub it. My thanks to those of you who have purchased a PEINTEINGU T-shirt. It's not just me that you are herping. Printer Bear and the greater Bertarian community. Well, Ozarks anyway. Which I'm quite proud of, you know. I'm really glad that, like, even the small, like, the minuscule profit, because I think I've only sold like 7 so far. But it's something, you know. And like I said before, I want to get into a position where, like, maybe one day I could collaborate with, like, Wobbly Bear and Hometown Bear and make a drop. Could do like more like t-shirt design collaborations with Printer Bear, and I want to do a lot of that stuff in the future, where I collab with other bears, and a portion of the proceeds goes straight back into the community itself, and we can start. How dare you! I am speaking of things to come, and you interrupt. The rudeness knows no bounds. It's an exciting prospect to be able to do stuff like that. A little bit of blue in here. That Prussian brew is like fucking so powerful. It makes such a difference. Those goddamn Prussians. It's not just their education system that's really fucking widespread and powerful. It's also their hues of blue. We've gone from an aqua green to like an ice blue. Ooh, beautiful. I'm gonna put this in here. Quick squirt. I know not when my shirt arrives, but I look forward to it greatly. What did Printer Bear say? Next few days he's gonna run them out. He asked me to give him the music that I use for PEINTEINGU, because I think he's gonna do like a promo vid or something. Seriously, like I can just tell that dude's like a fucking legend. His attitude towards the whole thing, like I can just tell that he's like a really cool dude. So yeah, it won't be long. It won't be long. You'll get your t-shirt before Sonia gets her painting. And Sonia's supposed to get her painting by the end of the month. So you'll have your t-shirt, and Sonia will have her painting within weeks. And then it's on to the next projects. I'm very grateful for what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like talking to God or whatever, like the gods, God, singular, plural, I don't fucking know. But I'm very grateful that I've find myself in a position where what I love doing is starting to like slowly but surely like actually become something that I genuinely can do as a living, and it works, you know. Maybe small, but its potential is like fucking huge. Everything from designing logos to designing characters to designing like fucking anything, like, you know, and then just like my personal stuff, like the symmetricals and stuff like that. Like, I have the potential to make more than enough money than I need to make to have a comfortable living, and I'm very grateful for that. Which is one of the reasons why I'm so stressed out lately, because like I just have a lot going on, and because my health has become a little bit of a concern of late in terms of like trying to keep the weight on, or even put weight on and then subsequently keep it on. But then I have to remember that like I weighed like 10.5 stone at one stage. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking malnourished, like. So I quite often forget to remember how far I've come. You know, I quite often find myself focusing too much on like, oh, I'm not there yet. And it's like, yeah, you're not there yet, but you've come like this far from where you were. So just like the painting, trust in the process. Just get up every day, try your best, give it your all, because that's all you can do. You can't like the whole, like, you know, pushing yourself relentlessly, like, you know, sometimes in life that's what's needed temporarily. But you shouldn't be like, you know, constantly just like treating yourself like you've got a fucking whip at your back, because you will eventually break. You'll burn out, like, and I've suffered from that a few times, especially in the last few years. I've burnt out times. Like, I burnt out recently. I haven't been regularly. Oh, Gepu. And that affects things, you know. So I need to remember to just like take my time, you know, with everything, with the painting, with my attitude, my ideas, my attitude towards life, like all of it, like my relationship with Emma, all of it. Paint. And I just need to take my time with it, like, and go with the flow, because that's where I shine. It's just like, fuck it, let's do this, like, you know, and then boom, like magic happens. People love it. I make people laugh. I entertain them. I do stuff that, like, you know, it's not like I don't just entertain people and make people laugh, like, you know, in a mental sense. I entertain people and make people laugh. I make myself laugh with paintings. When I came in this morning and looked at the Yeti painting, I was sitting here for 5 minutes just laughing my arse off on my own, like, you know. You go there! Like, some nigga hanging out of a tree with a sign that says, fuck your swimming pools and your concert halls. Like, shit, it's just... And I know that's not all just me, it's you guys, like, do you know what I mean? But it's like, I'm like a conduit for like your imagination and your funny stuff. Like fucking Desmondo, like fucking seriously, like Demon Hunter Bear, like you fucking like you crack me up, man. Something fierce, like. And that's why like I relate to Owen, where I'm like, it's not just me. Like, yeah, I'm doing the stuff I do, but like it's the combination of like me doing something with other people, and then it just creates this like beautiful symphony of hilarity and creativity and all, like. And I seriously can't get enough of it, like. Even on the days where like I feel like utter trash, like fucking, what was it, last Wednesday or something? I was like, no go today, feel like trash, and I felt so much shame, you know. I was like, oh, I should have done it anyway. I should have just pushed through. I should have just fucking, you know, stiff up our lip and just like do it anyway. But my fear is always, I'm always afraid of imparting my negativity in those moments, like upon you guys, you know. Like I don't want to spread my toxic energy when I'm in a shit mood. When I stream and when I interact with the bear community, like I want it to be from a place of like positivity and creativity. I don't want it to be like bitching and moaning and complaining and stuff. I don't know, like sometimes I'll go on a rant and I'll be really pissed off and people think it's hilarious, just like Owen. And sometimes I need that, you know. Sometimes I need to just be like, fuck this stupid fucking bullshit, fucking goddamn cunts wrecking everything. Like, there's a time and a place for that, like, you know. But I'm eternally grateful. I really am, like, for my beloved Japanites and the greater bear community. And I suppose it probably is about time, like I said a few days ago, like it's I must admit it's not a priority with me right now, but I probably should. I should write Owen a letter and just be like, you know, send him a few quid and shit and all, like. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to collaborate with Printer Bear. Was like, I want, like, while I can't pay for UATV with the subscription, I don't have, like, I've got fuck all money, but I still want to do something, you know. Still want to do something, anything to help, because like he deserves it, like, you know, like the community deserves it and he deserves it. He deserves our help after like the last like 7-8 odd years of what he's done. That guy deserves our help. There's no two ways about it, like. And that is essentially what I want to be, like, you know. Instead of another fucking Jim Bob or like these fucking lunatics that like show up in the community and are like fucking licking them and fucking, you know, praising them for all this stuff, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just, like, I want to be useful, you know. And I think I have been, you know, in my own little quirky way. But what I want to do more, but not at the expense of like burning myself out again, you know. So I have to be careful. And I think for the most part, I've done a good job of just crushing in the background, behind the scenes, not promoting. Not trying to, like, you know, put a pebble in the pond and like for oh god, here we go, another one, like, you know. I'm just crushing in my own little way, and the whole, like, you know, you build it, they will come. And I've got, like, you know, 20 of yous, you know, that like regularly show up and are regularly entertained and shit like that, and like that's enough for me, you know, for the moment. for me to come to the realization of like, okay, yeah, like what I'm doing is working. So just allow it to, like a sapling, just allow it to organically grow, you know? Don't force anything. And that's what, like, I haven't done like what your man Hoodly Daddle did or the other ones did, where it's like straight into the speakeasy and be like, hey, like, you know, come on to my stream later and blah blah blah. Like, it's like even in the beginning I was like, why would you do that? Like, that's like rude. You know, like that's like a dick thing to do, like, you know? It's like, it's his community that he's created. It's his fucking chat for his fucking stream, and you're gonna come in and be like, hey, check out my stream. It's like, bro, like, fuck off. Like, do it on your own time. And that's what I've tried to do, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing, and we're gonna see where it goes, you know? That's what the PEINTEINGU T-shirts are about. It's a hilarious idea. People like it. And we'll see how it goes. And we'll look to do more. The tactical turtle T-shirts, more of a personal thing, obviously, you know. Like, I don't expect a lot of people to buy that, but I love drawing turtles now. Like, I do and I don't love drawing turtles. I've become recently kind of frustrated with, like, because I have those designs and I'm trying to refine the designs into something that I'm satisfied with putting on a T-shirt. I'm actually starting to get frustrated now, where I'm like, fuck, it's not good enough. Like, I was only talking to Demon Hunter Bear like last weekend or something, like, and I was like, oh, I don't know, man, I might do the Grenadier again. Like, I'm not really happy with him, like, and I can hear it in your tone. You were like, oh, really? Like, but I decided against it. Like, I did another, like, you know, I did some minor adjustments and like touch-ups on him, and I just like put him aside, and I was like, right, just do the next one. So the next one's the sniper one, which is actually one of my favorite ones that I've designed. The little sniper one with the fucking the ghillie suit-esque design, like, all over his shell and stuff, and he's just got the 50 cal. I really like that design. So, all in due time. All in due time. That's not fucking bad for something that started as a total fucking shitstorm, isn't it? Polski Ogorki is a funny word combo. Oh, that's hilarious. Tell me about it, Defenderoo. We're trying to find a bigger place, and no one will rent to a family of 5. Meanwhile, 25 Somalis are in one house. Leave it to the maker's hands. He provides. Yeah, man, that's all you can do. That's all you can do, you know? Everybody's dealing with their challenges. Everybody has their own journey to embark on, and their own trials. I got my shit that I need to deal with. That, like, everybody here has their own shit to deal with. Owen's dealing with his shit. And that's what I've been saying, like, you know, it's like, that's what makes a Japanite. That is the measure of a man, you know. Obviously, it's the measure of a person in general, but the measure of a man is how you do life, you know. Not like not what you own, not like, you know, necessarily even what you say, you know. Like, it's like that Batman thing, like, you know, it's like fucking. It's not who I am or what I say, but what I actually do that defines me. Like, you know, you could be a total dickhead as far as most people are concerned, but if you do stuff that's just, like, objectively good, regardless of, like, you know, necessarily how you do it, you know, obviously you could do something in a fucked up immoral way, like, but I mean, that's why you could think about, like, the macro scale of, like, the macro reality of, like, the elites, you know. I mean, if you think about it logically, I mean, like, it's like what Owen says, where it's like, what would you do? How would you deal with that? What would you do in a scenario where you have millions and millions and millions of people who are essentially, like, dependent on, like, the decisions you make on a daily basis, you know? God only knows. So it's how you, I always, conduct. It's how you, like, which is another funny word because it's like electricity and shit and currency, you know. But how one conducts oneself in life is what's important, you know. Do you just like do you take hits, and even if you're knocked to one knee, you just get back up and keep going, or do you take a hit and you be like, oh no, I've taken a hit, and oh god, it's never gonna be the same. Oh god, it's like. Man, I've taken so many hits, you can see it on my face. You know what I mean? Like, you know, fucking like, got pain, anger, and sadness written all over my visage. And like, look what I'm doing, you know? Painting goo goo. Like, don't worry, it's all gonna be okay, just keep going. Like, oh, it's just how you gotta be, bro.
Free home
Get up to 6 months of fuck off my stream, bitch. Just your friendly neighborhood class clown at your service. Yeah. Like, dude, you and me are so similar. Like, man, like the second I have enough money to go visit you and Sonia, it's happening. Like, definitely. Like, I'm never going to Canada. Don't even think about it, Stabberoo. You have to come here. The second I have the money to bring you and your family to me, that'll happen. You're doing great, Crid. Domo arigato. Domo arigato. Totally crushing it. So, like, I don't always feel like I'm totally crushing it, but yeah. As long as you guys keep telling me that I'm totally crushing it, I bereave you. To distract ourselves from the horrors of finding our first home in Vermont or New Hampshire, Sonia is focusing on her horseback riding, and I'm going to begin honing my shooting skills. Exactly. That's fucking it, man. Like, you know, and like, don't even like describe it as distracting. That's how you're dealing with it. You know, it's not necessarily like, you know, oh, we need to distract ourselves from our problems. It's like, okay, how am I going to alchemically, you know, transmute the stress of life into something productive and good, you know? Like, that's how I look at it, is like, don't look at it as like a distraction. You're not distracting yourself. That's what you're doing to deal with life, you know? You have a problem, so how you're dealing with the problem is you're putting your energy into something else that is positive. You're literally alchemically, like, and energetically, you're doing the fucking, was it like one of the laws of thermodynamics, where it's like energy does not get destroyed, energy never like just like turns to zero, it simply changes form, you know, and becomes a different form of energy. And that's literally what I do, fucking like what I've been doing for like a year now with Painting Goo, and what I've been doing for 4 years now with my art on a personal level, is like I have taken what the realm has thrown at me in the sense of like, alright, everything's fucked, clown world is the thing and you live in it, like, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this then, you know? Everybody else either like folds, or they turn bitter and cynical and narcissistic, and they take advantage of other people, and they stop caring, and they just like sell the promo codes and the dick pills and all this fucking shit, and they just worry about themselves. It's like, well, fuck everybody else, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm gonna get mine. It's like, no, let's get ours, you know? Let's do it together. Let us like go forth and crush, onward to feck, you know? And it's like that spirit of like, you know, you remember that stream that Owen did a few years ago where he put on the Lord of the Rings thing when all the beacons get lit in Lord of the Rings? That's what I'm doing here. That's what Owen is doing with his stream, you know? Light the beacon. Show people. Shout it from the fucking rooftops. Show people that like it does not have to be that way. Be an example that it does not have to be that way. You know? Fuck yeah. Stand in front of your demons with a strong back, your chin up with a stiff upper lip, you know, shoulders back, chest forward. And stand in front of your demons and go, fucking, you know, go on, give me your best shot, bitch. Like, what do you got for me now, Lucy? More deception, more trickery, more manipulation? You fucking weak little bitch. You little do-nothing bitch. Yeah, anyone who's afraid of Satan is a coward. Because Satan's the ultimate coward. Little do-nothing bitch. Can't make anything. Can only destroy and manipulate. Can only trick and deceive. You have no power here, Monkey King! Right. I believe I have constructed a laboratory in South Africa. So, tomorrow we shall place a quick-minded water buffalo in the painting goo. I can't believe quick was the first thing to come out of the hat. Why did I do that to myself? Why did I put adjectives in the fucking... It is adjectives, isn't it? I mean, is my grammar that bad now? Like... Why did I put shit like quick in the fucking hat? Like, I'm such a retard. Oh god. But anyway, doesn't matter. We fucking deal with it. Right, my beloved Japanites. We're gonna leave it there for today. The Painting Goo Posse has landed in Africa yet again. Fuck's sake. Oh, I care not. I'm actually... Africa's starting to grow on me.
Turn on the machine.
My beard covers most of my hits. I have a hard forehead. I lean into things. I take most of my hits like right in the face. I work with a lot of guys your age, and to see how much further ahead you are than 99% of these younger guys in a spiritual sense gives me a lot of hope. Oh, domo arigato, Sabaru. Shit like that, like, dude, like, coming from a guy like you who works his ass off with 5 kids, for someone like you to say that about me, like, really means a lot. And that's happened a few times in this community where, like, somebody like Joe Gagan, like, Telecaster Bear, like, you know, has like given me props, and he's like, no, yeah, you're a smart kid and all. Like, I'm like, it means a lot, because like, not that I need validation, like I don't. I suppose that's a good thing. I've never sought, I don't seek validation, because of the way I was, my early life and stuff like that with me dad and all. Like, I don't need it, but when I get it, it's a nice feeling. I have that Delta quality where I'm like, really? I'm doing a good job? Awesome. You know, like, because like, I'm just like go, and like, whatever works. So when somebody turns around and it's like, nah man, you're doing great, I'm like, oh thank fuck. Like, Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth, you slimy bundle of sticks. And with that, my beloved Japanites, we conclude today's episode of Painting Goo. I hope you enjoyed Goo. I shall return with Tobias Speakus Kroos, Ringer of the Dongu, Miniberu, Purveyor of the Mapu, and our brother, Garos, Hoarder of the Sainu. Like and subscribe to Painting Goo. Crick one of the many links in the description. Buy a t-shirt, buy a painting, send me money. Do something, you do-nothing bitches. You foreign dogs. Anyway. Ladies, gentlemen, bears, bearettes, niggers, niggerettes, all of you who exist in this realm, I bid you farewell until tomorrow, where I shall return with more high-octane Paintingu energy. In the meantime, be good, be true, and be beautiful. I love you all. You are most welcome, Dick Foley.
3 kids, haha, 5 would put me in the ground. Sorry, yeah. You said family of 5. That's hilarious.
Oh, go on, have another 2 before your balls are fucking all shriveled up. Right, much Rov, Riv, Raff, Rov. And Paintingu shall return tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. God bless. I love you all. Painting, goo goo, goo goo. Pay for painting, you. Painting.